What's going on, guys? Been a minute since I posted a YouTube video, so I'm going to start doing these a little more often. Not too sure what schedule I'm going to be going off of. I'll let you guys know. Today, I was just thinking, you know what? I need to start my YouTube channel up again. And honestly, I had no idea like what kind of structure I'm going to follow or what the fuck I'm going to do about it. But all I know is speed of implementation is important. And I wanted to make sure I just got this done instead of just trying to make it perfect. So things are probably going to be improved over time and probably going to have some more structure over time and everything. And I'll let you guys know. But for now, if you don't follow me already on Instagram, make sure you follow me at Cedsanityfitness. And if you don't follow me on Facebook, or we're not friends on Facebook, add me there too, Cedryck Sallenbach. I'll put like the ats in the description for you guys to check it out. But anyways, that's where I put a ton of tips. But now I'm also going to be sharing with you guys more about my life on YouTube and giving you guys some more life lessons I have learned, some tips here too, and all that shit. But if you guys don't know me already, I'm a coach. Online coaching is what I do. My business, Gymnos, is going well. I'm coaching a bunch of clients, and it's something I've been doing for the last couple of years. I've been a trainer for like 4 years, but I wanted to get on here today. I had a topic in mind for something I wanted to share with you guys, and I think it's a good topic to start off because it's basically where the starting point of my life has been when I look at it. It's kind of what defined how far I've taken this shit, and I've been kind of trying like with different businesses, and I've had like huge ambitions for a pretty long time now. Like ever since high school is when I took it seriously, but I've always been kind of like trying to start businesses and stuff, and I've had like all these different ideas and shit that I wanted to bring into life. But it wasn't until high school where I really got ambitious and really started thinking I want to do something great with my life. And it all started with boxing. Boxing is where everything kind of started for me. I had one homie that like really he was into boxing, and then he taught me everything he knew, and it kind of got me a momentum of actually doing shit that I was scared of doing, because I was that guy who was always scared of doing whatever it was that I wanted to do, right? I never actually moved forward with my life and did things that I felt like doing until I started building confidence by actually doing shit. And the way that I approach things, different story for a different topic, but basically the main thing that I had to change was my perspective. I had to shift my perspective in order to move forward, because with all of these ambitions, whether it's fitness goals, business goals, legacy goals, right? Like you want to create some shit. It's all going to take you through a ton of challenges. And honestly, guys, like your entire life is going to have challenges. Even you guys that don't have ambitions, you guys that aren't trying to make changes for your life, you are probably struggling in one way or another, whether it's depression because you're not making changes, or like your boss at work, or like whatever it is, your friends aren't fucking nice to you. Okay, whatever it is, everybody struggles in life, okay? And it's all about perspective. Perspective is what you need to change if you want to push through, but there's also another level to that. If you have the right perspective, not only can you push through the hard times and do it with a positive attitude, but you can also grow through that shit. And that's what's so important. That's what I've done with my life is like, and you guys don't need to have these crazy grand ambitions, but you need to find a way to have a perspective that's going to help you to actually push through life and have some kind of happiness, right? And I believe in taking care of three areas. Three areas I teach all my clients. That's your mindset, your nutrition, and your training, okay? You need to take care of your life this way, at least so that you can have that personal development and growth that's going to keep you healthy and in a healthy mindset, so that you can actually go out there and do the shit that you need to do or want to do, and do it without feeling a ton of anxiety and depression, and actually be able to move forward with your life. But anyways, back to the topic, perspective. Perspective is everything. And I want to share with you guys a part of my life that was very difficult for me. And in my boxing days, that's when things kind of turned around for me. But for a very long time, I was basically depressed. Now, for me, I never identified as I'm depressed or anything, but I always like, there was definitely a lot of negative self-talk, lots of ways I negatively viewed the world, and something I haven't really been open about. I've had lots of periods where I was basically having like anxiety attacks. I don't think it ever got as far as panic attacks, but basically I always had a ton of negative thoughts in my head, right? And basically what got me to where I am now, where I feel confident in the shit that I do, and I don't give a shit what people think, and I'll actually, like, when I first started my online coaching business, there was a lot of, like, other people are going to see me posting a lot more. Other people are going to see me trying to sell programs, and other people are going to be like, what the hell is this guy doing? And those thoughts didn't phase me at that point anymore, because I've gotten to a point where it's like, I'm going to look like an idiot doing this shit for the first time. And that's the way it always is, right? For example, you might be overweight. You might not have ever stepped in a gym before. You might feel like you can't go because people are going to make fun of you. But if you can get past that, that's all it takes, right? We all look stupid when we first go in the gym. When I first started going in the gym, and I loved fitness and everything, pretty much as I started, I was already into doing athletic things. I looked like an idiot, right? I was just always in there doing bicep curls, trying to get my biceps bigger. And I skipped leg day every single time, and I never trained properly, okay? So the point is, you got to shift your perspective. And the perspective that changed everything for me was that challenges were there to help me, not to stop me. And the way that I got there wasn't instantly, but there was a specific moment. I remember I was going boxing, and I was going through some particularly difficult shit in my head, where I was basically really, really low about shit. And basically what it came to was I had all these things compounding in my head and beating me down. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I looked up, basically, I don't know if you guys believe in God or whatever. I don't care what you believe in, but there's a way that you can shift your perspective here, where I looked up and I was like, God, just bring it the fuck on, right? If I'm going to suffer, basically, and this is the way I saw it, if I'm going to suffer and I'm going to have challenges, and based on when I started boxing, I started listening to motivational videos, and the one thing I found in common for everyone that saw success was struggle. Right? So I looked up and I was like, God, if I'm going to struggle, make it as fucking hard as you can for me, because I want to get successful on the other side of this. I want to make a change. I want to get stronger. I want to feel better, and I want to do better for the world. And I want to make changes in the world, because even though I feel like shit, if I can just get strong enough to help other people not feel like shit, then that's amazing to me, right? And that makes all of this shit worth it. So that's the perspective switch that it took for me. And what that did for me was, whenever I had challenges come up, right, I thanked God for it. Like I've had times after that where I break down in anxiety. Like I said, anxiety attacks, and everything gets fucking hard for me. And I don't want to be doing whatever I'm doing. But then I think back to that time, and it was all like, this stuck with me, right? Where I realized, you know what? I feel like shit right now. I want to die right now, right? But I'm not going to, and I feel empowered by this right now, because this is what I asked for, and I just need to find a way out through this. And sometimes I didn't always have that perspective of getting out of it with, oh, this is just a challenge. Like, sometimes it really kicked me down for days, weeks, months. But at the end of the day, every single thing that I've gone through, I've always gotten on the other side of it thinking, you know what, this was an amazing challenge to build my character up. Guys, another example, when I started working at Gold's Gym as a personal trainer, when I first became a trainer, I was working in a warehouse already for 8 hours per day. And then I went and started being a personal trainer. I was working another 8 hours in the gym per day, trying to get clients. Terrible communication skills, right? I was already scared as fuck about being in the gym and even doing something that was so far outside my comfort zone, which is why I decided to become a trainer, was to confront the things that I was weak at and not be controlled by fear anymore. But I started off there working 8 hours at my day job, then 8 hours as a personal trainer, then trying to work out. And then if you do the math with the driving and just the existing, the eating, all that shit, I was sleeping like 4 hours a night for an entire month. For a whole month. I was working every single day in the gym, and I was trying to get clients. If you guys don't know, as a personal trainer, you only get paid if you do the session, right? All the time you're looking for a client, you're not getting paid. That makes it pretty tough, because you're either looking for clients and not getting paid for like 4 hours a day, or you're training a client for the $25 cut that the gym's going to give you, and in that time you're not finding a new client, right? And if you have shitty sales skills, that makes it pretty tough to earn a living. And my goal was to eventually go full time in the gym, but I just never got to that point because obviously I was burning myself out. So I ended up quitting that job after a month because I was breaking. I used an excuse that, like, I talked to the gym owner and I was like, hey, you know what? I'll come back when, I want to work on my sales skills and I'll come back and then I'll work for you guys again. And they were like super on board with that. They loved the idea. But really, I never went back because the reason I said all that shit was because it was an excuse. I was just trying to get out of this thing that was beating the shit out of me. So, point is, guys, I took on that challenge and I was broken down. But on the other side of it, months later, I remember talking to a friend and I was talking through it with him and I was like, yo, that shit broke me down. And they were like, first of all, they said they didn't even realize that I was breaking down at the time. But the thing is, once I was on the other side of that, I realized, you know what, that shit, like, I broke down a couple months ago and I was burnt out and I was feeling extremely broken. It was like spiritually, mentally, physically, everything. Like nothing was going well during that month. And 2 months later, I came back even stronger. Like obviously not fully rebuilt, but I was better for the experience, right? I'd experienced more hardship, and so I had more strength inside me. And obviously, like there's so much more to it after that, but you can start to see how as long as you adopt that perspective that I'm going to eat shit so that I can like build up and get stronger, I'm going to break, but as long as you have this perspective that on the other side of pain and on the other side of misery and on the other side of any kind of challenge that you're facing, if your perspective is this is going to help me grow and make me stronger, then you can keep on fucking going. Okay. That was the topic for today, guys. I hope this fucking helped you guys. And if you have anything you want to message me about, feel free to do so. I'm always out here trying to help you guys. And if you don't follow me already, like I said, follow me on Instagram at Cedsanityfitness. You can add me on Facebook as well, Cedryck Sallenbach, and make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be dropping a lot more videos and a lot more fire for you guys. So follow me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.